Hello everybody, it's Narrative Tarot. I'm here with your Mars July 2021 tarot reading. Had to stop the video. It was like fireworks outside. It was like getting really crazy. Anyway, so this is your reading for July. Do monthly readings. We might just have to hear it throughout. To be honest. So yeah. So we have 10 Wands, High Priestess, like 5 of Swords. I think this is like Page of Water, 10 of Earth, the World. So I feel like the start for July and the end of July will be, the start I think is the suppression point, the end is like that completion. We have tuning in, which is like 4 of Cups or whatever at the bottom of the deck. But like, there should be, I feel like there's a journey that should be happening. I don't know if it's happening. So with the inner voice, this decision to kind of move forward, I don't really feel like it's going within. That's my laptop. Going within as in like you're making all of these decisions and you're doing all of this intense work. If any of you are like scared of fireworks, you can just definitely not, but they're not gonna stop where I am. So I do think that relating to others is a big theme for this. Relating to others, being part of a wider community. I think that the comparison part is actually with the completion under that, kind of finding out that you do fit in this larger mosaic. I would say stay away from like cutthroatness and how I feel right now about these fireworks, because I'm not a fireworks person unless I go somewhere. So we have 4 of Pentacles, the Miser. I would say if it's related to your money, just make sure, and then the air freshener, here you go, all these sounds. Anyway, so 7 of Swords, the 4 of Earth or Pentacles. Make sure you're not associating money with your ability to move forward or how far you've progressed. Spend money like to move yourself forward and to feel good as well, and for your general upkeep, because I think with the suppression at the beginning, it's like you kind of need that kind of stuff. Like if you need an outlet, find a healthy outlet, but you're gonna have to pay like money for it or invest some sort of time. Like I don't get how people like make it seem like you like are just not gonna, you're not gonna pay money to like do stuff. Like you're gonna pay money to like maintain things, you're gonna spend money to upgrade things, you're gonna pay money to remove things, like you're gonna pay money. And I think that the relationship with money needs to be a lot more well-rounded. A little bit more well-rounded. Like them, they spent money for these fireworks that are annoying the shit out of me. Like that was their investment. Not in annoying the shit out of me, but in fireworks for the kids that are down the street. So like I think there just needs to be a little bit of being able to see where this is going, being able to see how this is moving you forward, and that it's not even a deserve it, it's that you kind of need it. You kind of need it. Like it's not even a negotiable thing with the Beyond Illusion. To me, it's not like, oh, your perception. It's like you need it. Like the illusion is that you think you don't need it. You don't need this kind of work, or you don't need this kind of help, or you don't need, you know. So we have consciousness. And that's something too that is affected by this suppression, like your consciousness and the ability to move forward and your ability to see things. I think this has to do with being a more long-term, long-haul thinker as opposed to very short-term. Because Mars energy is quite impatient. It kind of moves a little fast. So clinging to the fast. Well, the fast. So some of you guys, you may not a medical doctor, but some of you guys may be fasting and restricting yourself, and you don't need to do that. It actually seems like it's quite unhealthy, and it could be something from your past where you had some sort of like disordered eating habits, and that is actually affecting your consciousness because you're not getting the nutrients that you need. And then also like your higher perspectives and stuff like that. Like, it's almost like you're focused so much on the food and like not eating food that you kind of miss the messages that are coming through for you. And so it becomes where disordered eating is like a huge issue, and it keeps you from the people that you love and stuff like that. Now we have trust and creativity. So I think that the way that you've been doing stuff needs to be overwritten and just kind of like, that was the chapter. Oh, they look so cute. It's a TV. So just overlooked. Overlooked. And I just woke up, y'all. Took a nap from like, 3 until 8. So trust that you're gonna get your needs met, that you can rest, that you can move forward, that you can take time out for yourself. Don't really listen to what other people's, I don't want to say needs are, but like perception of your needs are. Go forward with it, and then you have going with the flow. So I do think that a little bit more fluidity is helpful for you guys. Mars is currently in Leo, if you're like doing like Western or whatever, and then it'll probably be moving into Virgo by the time like July ends, if not in the middle. So Mars in Virgo is very work oriented because I have like Mars in Virgo. I just miss Mars in Leo, like by a little bit. So, like, just trying to get stuff done, right, will slow down to, I think, more strategizing about how to get stuff done. I do think with the suppression, you have to make sure that you're not overly reliant on any one system or one person to complete the task, and rather be interested in shifting. I'm going to change the channel. Shifting and growing as you your needs change, because the suppression, I think, is kind of like, oh, well, this is what we used to do and all this kind of stuff. But that's not really current, and so you have to trust that it's going to work out. I would say let out a lot of energy. Mars and Leo probably is a really good time for like romance a little bit, but then it's also a really great time to suppress stuff or be really aggressive. And I think Mars and Virgo, it's kind of like there might be some the consciousness of there's consequences to what I have, what I do, that show up a lot more. So just making sure that you're not blindly doing things. Sense of urgency might come for you to wrap things up and stuff like that. I would say make sure that that's not things tricking you to part with stuff, like literal tricks to part with stuff, like, you know, those really urgent like sales and stuff like that. Make sure that's not triggering you, and then making sure that people aren't tricking you to spend money as well. Like, you know, businesses, they have all these sales, and the people all of a sudden they need all this stuff. I would say what's best for you, what's best for your plans, your goals, things like that. We have the inner voice, and we are the world. 10 of Pentacles. I think that you have to be your own world to a certain extent. I also feel like that the people that need to be around you are the people that kind of get you on a level that others don't. That's where that 5 comparison is coming from. Because you need people to actively be part of your life, like actively, not necessarily doing things for you, but I think actively wanting to be there. This could be a period where a lot of, I don't want to say people will fall away, but I kind of think that like you'll get enmeshed in certain things, they'll get enmeshed in certain things, and then you'll kind of be doing your own thing, but it'll be fine. I see like things like comparing jobs, comparing families, comparing materialism, and you have the devil under this. This is the devil card. It could show where you need to understand yourself on a level of like, what are the dynamics that rule your relationships? Like if your dynamics are kind of like this, as opposed to like things like this, then it's time to like shift and grow and change out of that. And I think Mars in Virgo may help you because it's opposing Pluto, not opposing Pluto, opposing Pisces, and I think Jupiter's still in there. And so yeah, that might be some aspects that come up with the Jupiter and Pisces, and then the Mars in Virgo, if it's still there. So working on yourself, I think July, Cancer season is a great season, I think, for cultivating this energy and being open and free and things like that. I did say that like there was some pocket opening with the Capricorn moon. I'm gonna have to like do a video on that. We have breakthrough though with the, is it Justice card? Yes. I'm like, which one is it? Which one is it? So I think that fireworks things. Sorry guys, if you're triggered with this, I am so sorry. I might do a bonus for you guys because yeah. But this breakthrough that you just heard, this breakthrough, I think, is you recognizing all of this stuff. It could be childhood things, childhood conditionings around support and around community and around feeling like you belong and things like that. That may be an issue that comes up for you. It may play out in the workplace. It may play out in very like public spaces. So be aware of kind of like your actions, especially since like Mars is not yet in Virgo. There is this desire or ability to act out, and we don't want that because it's already Cancer season. Like let's not. So yeah, so I'm gonna do another small reading. I'm gonna do 3 cards from the same deck. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So at this, I believe it's like Queen of Wands. I think it's Queen. 9 of Cups. I think this is like the Knight of Swords. So trying to play it cool, I think. isn't really helpful. I think you need to play it whatever you're feeling in a more tactful way. Because it's like, it seems like you're vacillating between being unbothered and then being like, well, it's like you're projecting out that you're unbothered, but it's like mentally you're like raging, or emotionally, physically you're like raging, and that could really be hindering your ability to create here. I do think with the Nine of Cups that misery loves company, and that if you find yourself kind of filtering around people that have certain attitudes that are hindering yourself, like they don't have the good coping mechanisms and stuff like that, then you need to make the choice to move forward. You need to make the choice to move forward, and you need to make the choice to make sure that they don't put you in situations where you ultimately end up looking foolish, because that could really help put you back and clinging to the past. So just break through your subconscious stuff as Mars goes into Virgo, and it's opposingly Jupiter. In some respects, if it's Jupiter still there, just making sure that you understand what you deserve and what you don't deserve, and actually act accordingly with that Mars energy. We have the Six of Cups, which is the dream. Some dreams are too good to be true. Others are, and you got the same. Others are actually really helpful, constructive. They're really putting you right on track, and so you do have to trust. But then some are the illusions, and you have to see beyond them. You don't have to do things the way people told you had to do all the time. Like, there could be new ways of doing stuff. And, you know, you're your own person, even if you live in a wider community, and you can go forth and do that stuff. You know, if you're the outlier, then you're the outlier. Like, you know, there's beautiful energy with that. There's beautiful energy with the outlier. There's beautiful energy with the person that stays within the community. I think they all play their roles. I think that when you kind of are so focused on living up to kind of like the archetype of the thing, that you get kind of caught up in the negatives almost. Alright, slowing down. And so that's what you need to do. Don't make hasty decisions. Make sure that you're paying attention. Make sure that you're aware. Make sure that you're making other people aware. Not like on a soapbox kind of thing, but like if you're interacting with other people, and they're not meeting your needs, or they're, you know, we have goals going together, and then all of a sudden you're not meeting the goals or something like that. Like, be open and honest and say that, because people sometimes don't know. Sometimes they do know and they just don't give a shit. But people sometimes don't know what we're thinking, and so you have to, well, they don't know what you're thinking, because like they can't reach your mind. But, you know, barring that, I'm a Cancer Mercury, so like I expect everybody to be able to read minds. Like I don't understand how that like does not work in human society. Anyway, you can't read body language or anything like that. Okay. So you have to open up and speak and be forthcoming, even if it caused a little bit of a rip. At least you said what you had to say, and you're not, you know, keeping that anger in and then exploding later and then really looking like the fool, you know? So that's all I had to say. I think Mars is just needing to bring it down just a little bit and be more consistent and steady, and be more about finding their self in a larger community, but then really focusing on self sometimes with their own journey that they have to do. But it's not really a soul searching time. It's just kind of a observing kind of time. Yeah, more observing kind of time and understanding kind of time. Alright, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Peace.